Hello, all you coin collectors out there, and welcome to DC Coin World International Coin Channel. Today we're going to take a look at the 20 pence or 20p coin from the United Kingdom. And as many of you know, we can tell by the portraits about what year these coins were made. And of course, we see over here, we see a second portrait. And this is the Queen, I believe, when she was 49 years old. Then we have the third portrait, and then over here we have the fourth portrait. So let's see if we can just separate these out by, okay, so this is the earliest, this is the earliest. There's an 82. Okay, we know that's going to be the earliest one because the first year they came out was 1982. We know these ones are going to be a little older here. So let's put all these together. And these are third. So we have second portrait, third portrait, and fourth portrait here. And if we just push these ones a little out of the way, we can start talking about the second portrait. And as you already saw, one of these is from 1982, this one. And that's because that's the first year that they put it out. So let's take a look at it. It's a beautiful coin. Has a Tudor rose, or the English rose, on the back. It says 20 at the top, pence here. There is a crown on the back, and that crown divides the date, which is 1982, and a little cross at the top there. And then at the bottom it has 20, and here we have the roses and the thorns in the Tudor rose right in the very center of this 20p coin. Now what happened was the 20p coin didn't come out in 1971. Well, actually, some of the British decimalization coins came out in 1968 because they knew they were moving toward it. And one of those that came out in 1968 was the 10 new pence coin. And this is it here, 1968, second portrait. This is the Arnold Machen portrait of engraving of the Queen. And it said new pence at the top, 10 at the bottom, and it's the crowned lion. These were really, really heavy coins. And so when they put these out in 68, they were fine because the pound didn't go as far. There were 10 of these to a pound. It weighs 11.3 grams. Well, these got to be pretty heavy. And so by 1982, well, by the 1980s, the British Mint was saying, wait a second, people don't want to be carrying all this heavy change in their pocket. They said, let's come out with a kind of middle ground coin. And what's a middle ground coin? Well, in the United States, we have a $quarter. In Great Britain, they had a 5 pence, a 10 pence, and then the next step up was a 50 new pence coin, or 10 new pence. 50 new pence coin. And so the Royal Mint said, wait, we got to have something in the middle between the 10 and the 50. And they said, let's put out a 20. Why they didn't use the good old American 25, I don't know. But they used the 20. And the 20p coin there are 5 of these to a pound. And so in 1982, they came out with these. And this particular version did not last long. And that's for a number of reasons, but the first reason, of course, these should all be between 82 and 84. There are 82, 82, 83. Because in 1985, they changed the portrait on the coin. And that's the other one that one of the other ones that we saw. So it's kind of weird. They finally came out with these in 82, and they produced a huge number of them. So in 1982, when this came out, they produced 741 million of them, essentially 3/4 of a billion. And so that's why many of the ones you see will be in 82, because they produced so many. The next year, 83, they only produced 158.5 million. And in 84, they only produced 65.33 million. So these coins, there's plenty of them out there, but what they did was they changed the portrait of the Queen on the coins, and that meant the 20 pence coins had to change their portrait also. And then when they did that, of course, they moved to the Raphael David Makhlouf portrait of the Queen. And let's see if we can get this light a lot better so you can see this one better. This one's a little more shiny, and so what happens is it gets a lot more light reflection off it. So this coin came out in 1985. It's the third portrait of the Queen, and it says Elizabeth II at the top. Pretty much the same thing, right? DG Reg FD, by the grace of God, Queen and Defender of the Faith. And there she is in this one, um, wearing the George IV state diadem, and that's what they call this crown that she has on. If we look at these coins, and these are the same, the old ones, the new ones, the newer ones, they're very weird kind of shape to the coin, and they're called an equilateral curve heptagon. So there's 7 sides to it, but it's really not straight sides, they're all curved sides. And technically, apparently, all the 7 edges are the same length, but the edges aren't straight. And they say that no matter where you go across this coin, it'll have the same diameter. It's essentially a circle in that sense. Now, when they produced this particular coin, they produced this from 1985 to 1997. Same thing, 20 pence, 1990, 20 down here, the Tudor rose, the crown Tudor rose. So the same, essentially exact coin, and again, it was a copper nickel coin, and again, it weighed 5 grams. Well, they decided in later years that they wanted to move the coin to a different version, and this is the next of the 20p coins that came out, and this was from 1998 until 2008. It's the 4th portrait of the Queen, again Elizabeth II, DG Reg FD, and this is the 1999 20 pence here, and the same 20. So all the same coin still through 2008. And then in 2008, there was a bit of a kerfuffle, and that's because in 2008 they decided to change this coin again. And what they wanted to do when they went to change this coin was to produce one that would go with the new. Well, they're going to. Here's the deal. They're going to get rid of the old pound coins. And they said, look, you have to turn these in because we're going to demonetize them. And so you needed to get the new 1 pound coins or the new 2 pound coins. So when they did that, they decided that the 20p coins might not be used as much. And so it got a little bit messy. And in 2017, they essentially didn't make any 20p coins. But prior to that, in 2008, they made a mistake, and that's where the other mess came. And that is that they went to make a new coin with a new reverse, and that's with the Jody Clark reverse, those kind of puzzle coins that all fit together. But they made a mistake in on some of the 2008 redesigns. They used this front, but they used the new puzzle back, and I don't have the puzzle back here from the 2009. And when they did that, it turned out that the puzzle back didn't have a year date on it. This didn't have a year date on it. So it was the first British coin in 2009 to enter circulation without a date on it in 300 years. Now, the Royal Mint says that there are between 50,000 and 200,000 of the error coins which have this front and the new back on them. We don't have one, but look for those. I think most of them have obviously been pulled out of circulation, but good luck looking. All right, so that's all we have today for our 20p coin collection, and hopefully they'll keep the 20p coins in circulation, but it's hard telling these days with all the inflation and stuff. It may be that the 20p coins will soon be a coin of the past also. All right, that's all we have today from the DC Coin World International Coin Channel.